Let's get microphones turned on. How is everybody doing tonight?
We're doing
good.
We're here. We are present on this Tuesday. Yes.
Yeah.
Feels weird.
It really does.
Yeah.
Welcome. This is the Order of Podcaster. So earlier on the Discord channel, somebody was talking about TOOP, and I was staring at it going, I don't know what that means, because I always refer to it as OOP, but TOOP makes more sense and it's more fun to say. So I figured it out eventually.
I also learned that OPP stands for Ontario Provincial Police. I mean, I didn't know that until today. It's amazing.
You've been trolling like Canadian news websites again?
No, there was somebody who brought it up in Discord. It was amazing.
I legit refer, for the longest time with Jen, I referred to this game as OPP.
Wrong initials.
Because I was 14 when that song came out.
Yeah. So Brian.
So obviously it was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. So the question is, Brian.
The right initials.
Yeah, Brian, did you take that song differently when you heard it the first time living in Canada? Like, I know you don't live in Ontario, but did you take it differently?
No, because I didn't really have a lot of connection with Ontario at that point as a youngin. So okay. I didn't. It was kind of a concept, and only later did I realize that the cops are the cops.
Yeah.
Thresh Putin says, yeah, you know me. So in Canada it was other people's provinces. Oh goodness. We're gonna do crop part 2, and with Rob took us through some first part of this adventure last time. We had much fun. We decided to allow him to continue, even though I do have to ask Rob. So we'll go through a recap in just a second, but at the end of last episode, you just totally abducted one of the players. Did you think that like when I was handing over the game master reins, I didn't know you were going to start killing people?
You didn't.
I didn't say no.
You did not give me a license to kill, Paul, and I think with all that power in my hands, I had to do something. There's a very, very good reason why I chose Norman for this, and it's because Norman, when it's throughout all of these adventures, has never gone through the trauma of almost dying, like ever. It's either Misty or it's Myron. So my thought process was something's got to happen to Norman. Something.
Rob's just trying to force me into a paradigm shift.
And I've been thinking about this because there's going to be a lot of character development that comes forth in the next several adventures, and Myron has gone through some trauma and Misty's gone through some trauma, and I haven't gotten a handle on what part of Norman's past I can sink my claws into and exploit for my own entertainment, except for kids jacking off on the wall. And so I think that was a good choice though. So
yeah, I'm proud of that choice. I truly am, and I am equally thrilled with the fact that I got to torture him with an email for a day.
That's true.
That's the best. Like in game torture, in real life torture, it's come full circle.
Nice.
Sam, it was your first time joining us. How did that feel, not to have to roll too many dice during like a role-playing session?
It was good, man. I didn't even realize what was going on. I thought I was just doing some LARP or something, because it was not like the D&D I played before, which I appreciated, because I'm often very bad at that. And so, yeah, it was a good time.
I was gonna say,
I'm
like,
happy to be here for part 2.
You're much comfier than like a usual D&D session, right? Where like you have to like roll a myriad number of dice and like keep a lot of stats up in front.
Every time I actually play D&D, every single time something happens, I am forced into the position of saying, and what do I roll again? And what does that mean? What's my modifier? And so to just roll 1d6 and be like, it says 4, that's pretty wonderful for me.
And also just an abundance of steak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
But we didn't have beef bits this time, so we had to have a replacement.
We had a crap ton of roast beef and a crap ton of prime rib.
I want you all to know I prepped this by eating about a pound of tri-tip. And so I do have the meat sweats. I'm going to bring that into my character.
Like
May you become slightly feverish then, in that case. Feverish with gaming delight.
And also a real fever, yes.
It's like method acting D&D. I love it.
Yeah,
exactly. You could call me the Ed Norton of whatever the hell this is. That's great.
I will have y'all know that I did remember to hit record. I am pleased with myself.
Yes.
Good job. Well, good job doing.
We just really need
minimum.
to keep an eye on it this time.
Yes.
Oh
Daniel Day, D&D Lewis. Why don't we do intros, and then we will hit recap. So order of stream, Brian.
Hey, my name is Brian Hastie. I play Norman Johnson. You can find me on the Double Density as well as the Coda podcast. And I'm ready to be back to Earth. Please, Rob.
Is that who you're playing today? I thought you had to do character art. Never mind. We'll get to that. Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I am the creator of In Defense of Liberty, and I am the co-host of Vanished. And I am also a player in Rolling Through the Realms and a couple of other streams that Paul does. I do a lot of stuff.
Rob.
I am Rob. I am your GM for the evening, reprising my role from last time when I abducted one of the players. I am from the Our Strange Skies podcast archive. I am the co-host of the Coda, and I am the dungeon master for Rolling Through the Realms.
All right, our special guest, Sam.
Hello, I'm Samuel Fredrickson. I am the co-host of the Not Alone podcast. And I'm just pleased as punch to be here for part 2 of what I was told multiple times was a one shot.
Hey, you know what? There are at least 4 victims of that on this stream right now.
That's all right.
I've only run one successful one shot, and that was Bladeborn. That is the only one shot that I have successfully been able to pull off, and that's literally because you guys went to one location. I was like, "There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Oh, there's this one thing here. Yeah. Oh, you might want to go to this mine over here."
Beautiful.
Yeah. No. I feel your pain because nearly all of my one shots go to 2 nights, except the one for Order of Podcasters. I was very proud of that.
I think my problem always comes from the fact that I just feel like a lot of one shots feel like one dimensional in the worlds that they're set in. It's just like there's a world and you're in it, and yeah, there's some story hooks, but it's just like
there's the dungeon, go that way.
Yeah, like no, Copley, Missouri is my brainchild, and there's places here. Yeah, we haven't even explored them all.
Yeah,
there are 2 phone booths.
There are 2 phone booths. Yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to roll preparedness for quarters, so good for me.
Yeah, I give the quarters for free. I believe it was 2 gentlemen back in the 80s that said money for nothing and the chicks for free. But
right, yes.
Is the other way around in this game?
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
And I am Paul, otherwise known as TechnoFunkBoy. Thank you for coming, hanging out on the channel here. I am normally the GM here. I'm also the game master for Mont Blanc's Hunters, a player on Dice and why can I not pronounce things right?
Because we put a hex on you at the last Paul haters meeting. I forgot to mention that at the beginning.
Unidentified. And Dyson Dreary podcast, where I also compose the music, and increasingly becoming a regular cast member on Rolling Through the Realms. I'm resisting it.
You're trying.
I am.
I mean,
It's not working.
I mean, I've done things to push you away. I've killed NPCs. I've put hooks to keep you still in the game, though. So, you know.
You shouldn't have made a cleric if you didn't want us to try to keep you in the party.
You have a cleric.
Yeah, now we have 2.
Every D&D group needs 2 clerics. Are you kidding?
And I'm a terrible cleric because I don't ever heal anybody. I'm like, well, I could heal this person who's almost dead, but I also have Fireball.
Was helpful too, though. That was great.
Isn't that what every cleric does? Not heal people, right?
It's not far off. I mean, unless you're specifically a life domain cleric, then I think you have that obligation. But if you're maybe grave domain, just take those HPs away. It's fine.
Thrashputin says fire is healing for morale.
It absolutely was.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Jake. Thank you.
He also cooks steaks, so
yeah.
Yes.
And
All right.
as it's become very apparent, beef is integral to this podcast and to Prop itself.
Right. It is. It's the one thing that ties all of the universes together, like the Tower in Stephen King's novels.
Oh yeah, the Dark Tower. Yeah, absolutely.
The Dark Tower, beef. It's the same thing.
Even though we don't have beef it specifically in this particular adventure, it still lives on in Jedediah Snailson and his absolute lust for beef. But
if I know Jedediah, he will find beef. You don't have to do anything. He will find it.
He's got a nose for it.
And
he will feel bad afterwards.
Beefits have been mentioned. They just didn't appear.
Yes. I think there are parts of the world, food deserts, if you will, where beefits are not found. It's just the way it is.
Also, you took the van. That's the source of beefits. We don't know where beefits are. They're in the van.
Listen, Myron had things to do. It is what it is. So last time, you are all, Misty and Norman were summoned to Mr. Verity's office, and they were sent to Missouri to back up investigator Duff McEwen. And without Myron there, they needed a third. So they called in Jedediah Snailson. And together they went to Missouri. And now Duff is part of a special group within Ordo Veritatis. It's special. It's super special, called the Black Budget. Now, the Black Budget is the only group that investigates UFOs and takes them seriously, because most of the time UFOs are just kind of a joke within Ordo Veritatis. But this one dedicated group, who is massively underfunded, goes out and investigates UFO flaps, alien abductions, and all that stuff. And the reason that Duff calls you to Copley, Missouri, is because the abductions that were taking place did not fit the normal mold for abductions accounts. They normally fall within the lines of a family, and most of the time in one single town you only have one or two specific families that are subjected to this. So you went out there, you highly criticized Duff or needing you there in the first place. So that it is what it is. There was a lot of beef consumed, and you discovered that these abductees, there were 6 of them, 3 males and 3 females, were being abducted. They had material, biological material removed from them, and they kept being returned in the same field. It was a field of wheat.
Not corn.
No, not corn.
Not
wheat.
corn.
not corn. We are not children of the corning this. Otherwise, I would be yelling something like, "We have your woman, Outlander," and I don't want to do that. Okay, I hate that movie. Not gonna lie, but
Darn, that's what our next adventure is based on.
damn it.
Awkward.
Damn it! This is, I mean, this is the prescient stuff that we bring to the table. I mean, usually it revolves around Brian, but I guess every guy has his day. I guess, I don't know, but you found that this wheel defeat. Oh wow! Did I say that?
Oh,
Did I really
wow.
say that? That
It's a
field
wheel
of
to
wheat.
feet.
Yeah, it is. I feel like Duff last time, Mr. Unidentified. You found that this field of wheat was connected to an old farmhouse called the Midnight Ranch, and it was newly purchased by a woman named Helena Harris. And you went back into town and you interviewed the psychologist who was treating all of these abductees, a man by the name of Dr. Evan Spencer, which I will be not doing that voice as much as possible this evening. And
A lot of questions for him.
I don't think he's going to be around much this adventure, but
Oh, no,
I
yeah.
do need you to do his voice
He is.
at
No.
least a couple more times.
He's going to be here a lot.
Yeah,
But
that's going to be our main thing. Let's just go talk to Dr. Spencer over and over and over.
But Dr. Spencer allowed you to sit in on the group therapy sessions that he does for these abductees. He calls them experiencers, and these are called Second Life meetings. And there were a few people that got up and shared their stories. And there was one individual named Ted Lyons who accused Brian of being an abductee himself. Of course, Brian's not here right now, and he can't say anything about that. But he will be returned shortly. You also found that Helena Harris, who is also an experiencer, whenever she was in that meeting, and whenever this group of individuals would bring up something called the children of the next level, they would all say those words in sync, except for Helena Harris, who was usually just a smidge behind, and her story was massively different. You tried to break into her apartment building, which failed. You tried to talk to her, which also failed, and eventually you were able to find out more about her in the library. Norman did, and Jedediah ate a lot of beef after that, and at the end of it, Norman got this feeling to go outside, and he was abducted by aliens, and that's where we ended it last session. And so we're back now, and it's about it's closing time for the pop-up Ponderosa Steakhouse, which is also one of the ways in which the Black Budget makes money. It just goes to podunk towns because that's often where large UFO flaps are seen, and they set up a Ponderosa Steakhouse in order to supplement their income, and they're usually very successful. Sometimes they're not, but that's few and far between. But as we pick up the story here, Jedediah, are you still eating beef as this place is closing down?
I am. Now, I am in direct defiance of the multiple waiters who have come over multiple times and said, "Sir, we are closing."
Yeah.
"Sir, we are closing." And then the last one said, "Sir, we are closed." So I am still eating beef, but it's getting to be a bit of a hostile situation, and that's not how I like to enjoy my beef. So I am trying my best to finish it up.
That's fair. That's fair.
Wilkes in chat pointed out that I don't know if this helps, but an anagram for Norman is dead is sad nerd domain. Do with this knowledge what you will.
Aw.
I don't normally keep chat comments in these episodes, but that one stays in.
That's good. Duff, do you like lighten up the mood a little bit because he is an Ordo Veritatis member? Do they know that he's an Ordo Veritatis member as you guys are closing down?
So is everyone on staff a member, or is it just certain ones of us and the other ones are like actual like experienced, like, you know, food service people?
Velma Mercer is your one contact within the pups that is a researcher. The others don't really know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And so yeah, I will when they're all in the corner complaining that they, you know, they're ready to shut down and all, I'll be like, you know, oh, don't worry, guys, I'll take care of this one. Appreciate all your hard work tonight. It was a good night. Well done. And turn around and head over to Jedi and kind of put his hand on his shoulder and kind of whisper, it's like, you ready to make some phone calls?
I suppose that I could, but I did just have another porterhouse delivered to this very fine table.
Here, we'll wrap that one up for you, but if it gets too late, they're not going to answer the phone. We really need to jump on this. I think Norman's outside. Why don't you go check up with him?
I do suppose that makes a fair amount of sense.
Here,
I stand up.
I'll wrap it up for you. I'll get it right back out to you.
Thank you. And I swear to God, if that is not in the van, we're going to have a problem, you and I. And I walk out of the pop-up steakhouse.
I will definitely take that seriously and get it wrapped up for him with some extra breadsticks thrown in
and some butter.
Oh yes,
you need that butter.
You gotta have that butter. You know, it just makes that steak that much better. What's Misty doing right now?
So, if I recall, I think I was also at this place, but I was drinking. So I'll probably see him leave and stumble on out after him to see what he's up to.
Okay. I'm going to tell you right now. Anything you roll for costs 1 extra because you are drunk.
Not fair.
No, that is fair because you decided that you were just going to drink. And last time
Misty has a pretty high
lots of box wine.
How many bottles did she consume, y'all? Was it like 3 or 4?
There were boxes. They weren't bottles.
Right, 3 boxes. That's right.
They were bottles. I personally chose the wine for this fine establishment.
Is Paul really defending being a wine mom?
I think he is.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
All right, you can have it.
So yeah, especially when it comes to shooting, and any like abilities that are really going to require concentration or anything, yeah, it's going to cost you 1 extra. So you're stumbling out with Jedediah?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow him.
Okay. So you both walk outside and there's nobody around. You don't see anybody at all. The streets are empty. And it's a little eerie because when you first came into Copley, it was a pretty bustling place for a town of 1,300 people. Everybody seemed to be just, had places to go, people to see, things to do. At 9:00, this town is dead for the night. Everything usually closes up by 9, and everybody's usually in by 9. So You're looking around. You don't see Norman.
Can I roll? Because my character would have absolutely no idea where Norman went when he left or anything like that. So can I roll like do we have like an investigation or like any skill to like see if I can pick up footprints or if I can pick up any sign of where he may have gone?
It's a good question.
I have surveillance. I have surveillance. I don't know if that would work.
I don't think that would work for that, just because, like, you know, surveillance is just like staking out a spot and
yeah.
Well, do we see anything weird in the spot? Like, if we go and look around, will we see like burn marks or just everything was completely normal?
A pile of ash that was Norman at one point.
Anything knocked over?
You, as you're walking up and down the street, you notice that in the street itself, there's kind of a discolored ring. Like, there's no street light is shining down on this portion of the pavement, but there's like a discolored circle in it.
Okay. So I'll go over to that and check it out and say, Misty, do you see this? I have consumed an improper amount of beef.
I'm tempted to make you add one to your rolls.
Yeah.
Make you add one to your rolls, because I guarantee you have the meat sweats. I think
it's only fair, my good friend. I think it's only fair. Misty, do you see some sort of anomaly in this pavement?
Are there 2 circles here?
There very well could be.
As you can tell, the most competent investigators that we have.
Personally, I see but a single circle. However, I may not be perceiving reality as it is, but rather as I wish it would be.
They're moving slightly.
I don't think there's 2 circles then. No, I think there is 1 circle. But the fact that you see but a facsimile of a second is a good indicator of the reality of the first.
It strikes me that in a previous episode, Norman said that he was the only adult in the car. And now he's gone.
And now
I
leaderless.
don't know what's going to happen to our lives.
This worked out better than I could have planned. It's amazing.
Looking at my skills to see if there's anything. Okay, occult studies. Let me do occult studies. Let me use that for this. I don't know exactly how, other than to try to figure out what this ring is.
Your occult studies is not really going to help you here, because your occult studies does not relate to UFO related stuff. There is one person whose occult studies does.
Is he in
Norman.
the UFO? Oh.
No, he's in the pop-up Ponderosa Steakhouse.
All right, let me.
Misty, would you mind going and getting that very strange man who called us out here?
Yeah, what is he doing in our van?
I think he's boxing up my porterhouse steak.
My
and
God.
I do appreciate that for him.
All right, well, I'll go get him.
I just sit down on the ground because I feel bad. Very bad.
Yeah, Misty will notice that that Duff has changed out of his work suit and vest and changed into his casual suit and vest with the tie he was wearing earlier in the day.
Looking good, Duff.
Thank you.
I think I found a couple of rings, circles on the ground.
Circles?
Want to come take a look? Also, we're missing our friend. Have you seen Norman?
Norman, no. He was working in the library. He came in. He came into the place, right?
I think he came in briefly.
Yeah, he came in. He left.
It's been a few hours.
Yep.
All right, let's. Yeah, I'll walk over there and.
There's something on the ground. Super weird.
Yeah, this is a circle. Where's the other one?
You don't see it?
So do I know what this is?
Given what you know about UFOs, you seem to think that it's definitely might have been caused by one. And you go to the van and you go out and you get that Geiger counter. You're double fisting Geiger counters again, and you bring it right over that spot, and then it fucking spikes.
Maybe it's the radioactivity that makes me feel so bad on the inside.
Right.
I think that makes sense.
The beef is being microwaved inside your stomach.
I ordered it medium rare, but it is certainly well done, I can tell.
Internal beefits. So you also, like, given what you have just discovered, you definitely think this was caused by a UFO of some kind. And you know that in many abduction accounts, there are physical traces left behind when they take somebody on board. So this to you signifies that somebody might have been taken on board a UFO.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah. Yeah, and this was not here earlier today or last night or anything.
Nope.
Okay.
I think you would have noticed.
Definitely something happened while we were inside.
When you bring your as you're bringing that Geiger counter down, you pull back for a second and you bring your free hand down. You notice that
I don't have a free hand. I'm dual wielding.
Double fisting it.
You put one down and you touch the area and it is still warm.
Gotcha.
Somebody
in the previous
pee here. This is gross.
Yeah, in the previous abductions, do I know how long between when they were taken to when they appeared in the field?
They seem to think that it was about an hour.
Oh, okay. We need to head to the field, like now.
All right. To the
field.
You're going to the field?
To the wheel of feet.
Okay. So
we can find the unidentified object.
Yes.
I am not the only intoxicated one in this group.
Y'all are not functional adults, and that's fine. That just makes for a better adventure.
We gotta find Norman fast.
You pile in the van and you take off like a bat out of hell, headed for the Midnight Ranch.
Who's driving?
That's a good question.
Okay.
Who is driving?
I just wanted to make sure it was Duff. It needs to be
think
Duff.
it has to be Duff because
it has to be Duff.
Please tell me Norman didn't have the keys.
Oh no. You know what? We're gonna roll
Why did
for
you
it.
say that?
Oh,
because it's funnier that way.
All right, so I'm going to. What do I want to do for this?
You rat.
Okay.
You sold us out to the DM.
And Norman roll retroactively to see if he has the keys.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll a D100. 50 or below, he has the keys. 50 or above, the keys.
What if it's
you.
exactly 50?
The
keys are on the ground.
Yeah.
We have to go find the keys.
Yeah.
The
55.
Woo!
I was gonna say if it hit
Well done,
50,
well done.
then the keys are in a quantum state where they're both
Neither here nor there.
with Norman and with
Schrodinger's
us, and
keys.
neither. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll retcon. We'll retcon a little bit. Outside, just outside the circle, you see the keys to the van on the ground. Just
I like dive for them, trying to get them, and Duff will like reach them first.
Well, yeah, no, you die for him, and then you like miss by a foot, and I just pick him up. It's like, quit playing around, Misty. We've got work to do.
Yep. Nope. All right, so you haul ass on over to the Midnight Ranch.
I have a 4 in driving.
Nice.
Oh yeah, you're perfectly fine. You know how to maneuver those roads. You've driven them once. You're fine. And as you screech in, you don't see Norman anywhere. It's heading towards 9:30. You're not exactly sure when Norman was abducted, but you get out and you start looking around. And at exactly 9:30, you see Norman start walking out of the field, but he's not alone. By his side,
Norman's got a date.
by his side is a woman who she's dressed in a nice black suit. She has long black hair, and she's wearing black sunglasses. It's a very strange sight to see at night. And you can see gashes on the sides of her face, like pretty deep gashes. And she has Norman like hooked by the arm, almost like, they're going to prom or something like that, to going for that first dance and everything. And she's walking them out of the field, and you all approach, and she says, "They're really close."
And he's married.
She looks at you and just says, "They're very close."
Who is they?
And she just disappears.
Holy shit.
We pay order.
Holy shit.
We play order podcasters way too much, because when he said she's got him hooked by the arm, I was picturing like this giant meat hook or something that he.
Oh, same. Was that not what was happening?
No.
No. All right, everybody's gonna have to make a sanity roll here.
Oh shit.
This is our first
stability
time to do.
roll. Stability roll.
I am much more
Okay.
beefy than I am sane.
So
Wait, do I need
I'm
to
not sane at all.
-1 for challenge for beef? Challenge for beef, my good man.
for sanity, no. For stability, no. I keep saying sanity. Sanity, stability, same thing.
Sanity is copyright of Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Misty, Jedediah, and Duff, you have to roll a 4 or higher in order to maintain your stability.
If
Now,
I'm going to spend some points, do I need to do that before I roll?
Yes, but mind you, if you roll and you spend points and you fail, you have to subtract those points along with your failure. So.
Oh, okay. So I have a question. Where do I? So if I'm at stability 7, that's how much stability I have. It's that's not like I get confused.
Okay. I rolled a 6 and then I paid 2, so I am 8 stable.
You're
very stable.
You're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
We have to roll a 4, you said?
Yep.
Are you gonna spend any?
Oh shit. How does I'm not gonna spend any because I'm not entirely sure how it works. I forgot.
So here's the thing. If you say, okay, if the roll is 4, you spend 2 points, and you end up rolling a 1, so you get a 3 total. You minus 3 from your stability, basically.
Okay, well, I rolled a 2, so what happens when I fail the roll?
So you didn't spend any points?
No.
You're minus 2 stability. You're fine. Like, you're perfectly fine. If
So
it was
now I'm at 5.
Yeah,
Yes.
from 7 to 5.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I only have 4 stability. Like I said, I made Duff beefy,
Mm-hmm.
not stable. But I'm going to spend 1.
Mm-hmm.
Roll the 2. That's not good.
Okay. No, you're.
So it's so 3 total.
Yeah. So you have 1 stability, basically. You're fine. Like, if you had gotten down to 0 and below, that'd be.
I'm at 1 at the beginning of the evening. That bodes well.
Oh yeah,
That's
I
not
guess.
good.
definitely.
I guess I don't understand why spend points if it's going to take them away from your sanity anyway.
It's a weird mechanic, but like, it's a very weird mechanic. But really, it only matters if you get down below minus 5.
It really matters when there's a very, very high potential sanity loss.
Mhm.
Like, you just saw the mother alien coming at you with a cleaver.
Yeah.
Right.
Then,
Yeah.
Right.
then you might want to spend sanity to make sure that you are not going to lose
There's a whole
a
bunch.
massive
Yeah.
amount of sanity.
Like Norman here, Norman buddy, you're gonna have to roll a 7.
That's higher than the numbers on the dice.
Mhm.
Oh no.
Mhm.
A 1.
Oh God, did you spend any points?
No.
Oh fuck! What is your stability
7.
score? All right, you're fuck it. You're
It's a
fine.
bit early for that.
You're fine. 2 of you are at a 1 right now, and yeah.
At a 5.
Yeah.
We just started.
So Norman is back.
Hey.
What?
Have at it.
Hey, man.
Yeah, where you been?
So Rob, very quickly though, the note you gave me earlier today, does that still apply about some of the stuff we were discussing about my visual appearance?
Yes.
Okay. So just to let you all know, my clothes are backwards.
Norman,
Oh, wow.
that's unlike you. That is so unlike you. Did you lose your keys?
I'm not saying anything. I'm kind of just looking at the ground and like around me.
I go up to Norman and I look him, I grab his face and I look him straight in the eyes and I say, my brother, have you dined at the table of Tiamat? Have you tasted the great mystery of being?
I don't know where to begin with any of this.
Yes, good.
Okay.
Don't begin.
Begin.
Just
Get
go.
him into
Just
the van.
go.
I'm gonna download the video from our cameras while we're here.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. We had the cameras.
So I'll go download any of the videos
Who
we got
zipped
from.
your pants for you?
Well, I did that. Oh, you're talking to Norman. Sorry.
No, not you.
I guess
It's pretty forward, but okay.
I guess they did, and I point towards the field. I guess they.
Who are they?
Are they still here?
I don't see them. I don't see them.
Okay. Maybe we should check this out. Oh, so I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna.
They were short.
They were
short.
They were
Oh, they
short.
were short. They don't wear shorts.
No, they were short. They were. It felt like a dream, like a very weird dream. They were short and they were around me,
And they took off your
wear-
clothes and put them on the wrong way.
They I think they did more than that, to be honest with you.
Oh no, but
Did you
they
get
wear?
probed?
Oh
Sorry.
God. Oh God.
Do you come? I have to show you something. Come with me.
I follow unhesitantly.
let's go.
I follow and hang back.
And we're in in a clearing, I guess, of sorts, and very quickly I point downwards, and there is the body of Lucy Newton in the wheat.
Lucy.
Did you
Who's-
kill her? Do we have
Wait.
to?
Was this one of the abductees?
No,
in the
this
meeting?
was an
This is an
Ordo
Ordo Veritatis
Veritatis
colleague.
colleague.
This is a
Oh,
black
shit.
budget
She's
member.
a level 3.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
this
right.
is-
She's the one who went missing. She's like
Yeah.
why we're here.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not.
So-
Oh God.
Okay, who does anybody have any skills as a medic? What are is she's dead?
Like, how obviously dead is she?
She is a pale gray color, so yeah, she is definitely dead.
Can I discern cause of death?
Do you have the requisite skills for that? Do you have I would say if
I
you
have-
have forensic anthropology,
I have that.
or
I can take a look.
I have
Right.
that too, yeah.
That's too
Okay.
late, drunk Misty.
Ah.
it would definitely examining her body, you determined that her neck was broken.
Okay. Can
While
we
this is
discern-
happening, I also just turn to the side and puke a bit. A very tidy puke, but still puking.
It's an adorable puke.
Yeah.
Really.
No,
Yeah.
like my wife has described my puke as like an efficient puke. She's like, "Oh, you threw up in the bathroom." This is how I'm envisioning things. I turn around, I do my thing, I wipe my mouth, I'm back here, still glassy-eyed.
Brian, you are Norm in real life, practically. This is what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting from this.
I don't think I've ever had like a role playing character that puked the same way that I do.
Well, you know what? There's a first for everything.
All right. How do we know how long she's been dead?
You would guess that she's been dead for probably 2 days.
Norman, how did you know that we would find her there?
I woke up and the woman was there, and then Lucy was there, but she told me not to worry. And
She told you not to worry, as
She
in
told-
she was speaking to you, but a few moments ago.
yeah, and then I got up and I saw all of you, but something, and I'm like looking at Lucy back and forth, and then she was supposed to be a child of the next level too. We were supposed to be children of the next level together.
As you looked over Lucy Newton's body, checked the pockets and stuff like that, you find a note
Oh,
in one
for
of them.
evidence, not for change.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
Those payphones ain't free.
No. You open up the note, and it says, "Leave town now. If you know
Don't
what's good
think
for
I
you.
will, actually.
Leave town now if you know what's good for you."
Do I know
so-
was it in her handwriting?
Nope. You know her handwriting well enough because you've seen her notes, and
Right,
her notes is all handwritten. out. This is handwriting you're not familiar with.
So how far away from the symbol, the crop circle symbol, is the body?
It's very close by.
Okay.
But like not in the crop circle, but very close.
Right.
Okay.
We had that one camera in the upper window looking down on this, so yeah, I definitely think I need to go download that footage.
Hey, while he's doing that, I just go over to Norman and I just say, buddy, can you tell me what happened? Tell me from the start. What do you remember? Tell me everything you can remember.
I sigh and I look around a bunch. I'm not quite sure how to answer that one. And I then look up and say there was a bright light. And then those strange little creatures came by me and they kept telling me not to worry and that I was chosen and I was a child of the next level. And then they took my clothes off and I looked down at my hands and I realized that one of my fingernails is missing.
Mm.
And I show you this and I say they took this. And then they took my blood.
They took your blood.
Yeah.
Who was the girl?
Who is that woman?
I don't know.
Don't be jealous.
What does
Misty.
What does it mean to be a child of the next level? Is there something that's going to happen? Is there some role you have to play? Is it simply a sort of designation that doesn't have any effect here and now? Or is it leading up to something? Because, my friend, it sounds like it's leading up to something.
I shrug, and as he's talking, I'm turning my shirt the right way, and then take my boots off, and I turn my pants the right way. Don't stare at my boxers. Norman's a briefs guy. I apologize. And
I casually avert my eyes.
He gets back up, and all I remember is, the survivors meeting. They talked about being children of the next level. That's all I remember. Right. And I don't know what that means, except now they want me to be one of them.
They want you to be one of them. But you don't know what it means to be one of them, other than they have arbitrarily selected you. Did they give you any sort of indication as to why you, as opposed to, for instance, myself, who is a devoted follower of the old gods?
None. They just told us as children of the next level we would usher in the great age, and they kept saying this in between not being worried. And strangely, I wasn't worried even when they were taking things from me. I felt like I trusted their plan a bit.
That's mighty concerning.
One thing, Norman, that you'll notice is that despite the fact that you're missing a fingernail, it doesn't hurt. You don't feel any pain there. You also can see where they actually took your blood, and it's in your wrist. It looks kind of like someone, like if you were to be, like if blood was taken normally from you, it looks kind of like that. You don't have a bandage or anything like that on it, but you can see the puncture mark. If you feel around on your scalp, you can definitely feel that there's some hair missing. Like it's obvious.
Perfect. Great.
Were you taken somewhere else? Were you tell me about where you were.
I don't remember? No, I looked up and there was a bright light. And then it was like being at the dentist, which I go to every month. And
every month?
As all normal
really
people
frequent.
do.
I mean, I think it's recommended to go every 6 months.
For some, every 3.
That's what they tell you. But I have a standing date with my dentist, Dr. Gennaro.
The 14th of every month. And you never miss it, do you, Norman?
Never.
You never do.
Never.
All right. Well, I'm going to consult some texts. And I go back to the car and I pull out a very big book labeled Ancient Myth. And I'm just reading through it.
Was there anyone with you?
don't remember. And I kind of just sit down in the field, just with like a 1,000-yard steer to me.
Duff, when you look over the footage, you don't see a bright light like dropping Norman off. It looks like it's a truck. You see a truck come in from out of frame, and you see it stop at one point in the field, and it stops, and it's there for like a second. You can't really make out a lot of what's going on. And then you see the truck move again, stops, and then it drives away.
Can I make out like any detail on the truck? Can I figure out like size, color?
No, not with the cameras that you have.
Can we make
And
out the
it was
license
also-
plate?
No. The main thing is like it was very far off.
Yeah.
Is it like a
from the
pickup
house.
truck?
Yes, you would
Okay.
guess like just by looking. From what you
Wow.
can discern, it looks like a pickup truck.
Well, don't worry. There are going to be very, very few people with pickup trucks in a rural community.
True.
My plan is coming to fruition.
All right. Can I can I tell that this truck enter in through the same drive that we did, or did it come through from through the fence or something?
There's no fence there. It looked like it came from off road.
Okay.
Strangely enough, if you go back and look in the area, you can see a slight road off to the side.
Okay. I'm not going to go back yet.
Right.
While I'm in the house, I'm just going to take a sniff in the basement.
Sure.
Just to see if anything's changed.
Do you have architecture as a skill?
No.
Do any of you have architecture?
I did, but then I changed it to archaeology. Fucking stupid.
I don't have it. No. I actually think Myron is our architecture expert.
Who has archaeology?
I have
Yeah,
a lot of archaeology.
I do too.
Okay. If you're going into the basement,
Yeah.
You notice that
A little sifter thingy.
No, there's no sifter thingies. You notice that on that shelving unit that had like the old rusty farm implements and the gas, there's actually a section of it that is devoid of anything. It's kind of weird. It's like all of it's pushed over to one side.
Okay.
And going up to it, you notice that behind it there's a false wall.
This is when I would call people on my cell phone if it worked.
Right. Opening it up.
Wait, I didn't say I'm opening it up. That's crazy talk.
So you're not going to open it up?
No, I'm totally opening it up.
Okay.
I wanted to make the decision.
Okay. No,
I
that's
hope
fine.
a giant spider attacks you.
No. You find what looks like an old woodworker's shop, but it's like the walls are painted a black color. And there's nothing in this. It's empty. It's completely empty now. You can smell like old sawdust, but you can also smell candles, or at least, the smell of burnt out candles. Like there were definitely candles at some point recently in this area.
All right, I'm gonna take just a quick look around, and then and then head back. I don't want to stay too long in an area where I can get myself killed very, very early in the evening, so I just have to sit here for the rest of the evening and stare at y'all.
And with that, you hear a gunshot. No, I'm just kidding. You know how I like to bust stuff out like that. You know, I did it in the last Rolling Through the Realms at the end. You know, it's just, it's my thing. You know, things like that happen.
All right. So, yeah, if I don't see anything else, I'll head back.
Okay.
Was there a whistle there?
Yes, you can absolutely blow the whistle in the house. There's nothing left in the house.
No, too late. Too late, drunk
Wow.
Misty.
You got it.
Yep, you got it. What do you all want to do now?
I'm content to sit.
I am gonna. I would like to go over to the to that where that truck came in and out, and see what I can see there. I'm hoping that's like really, really muddy, and they left a track for me.
I mean, it is a wheeled of feet, so surely they left some kind of tracks.
And Misty dies. So,
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
I know. Just like,
And this truck is unidentified, but it is not unidentified because it was on the ground.
It's on the ground.
No. Going there, you could see it's kind of a wide tire tread. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely a truck. You know that for sure. And the truck that made it has to have like probably like an extended cab, you would think. And it is something, it's not like a small truck. It's pretty large. And it
also
would have
hard
to be
find in these parts, I would imagine.
Oh yeah. And it had to be large to get through that area because while it's not necessarily like, intensely overgrown there, it seems like that truck may have gone in there a few times and just kind of like made a path for itself every single time.
Can we follow the path?
I mean, the path is going to lead you right back out into the road.
Okay.
Can I make out like the specifics of the tread or anything?
Not really. In fact, you can blow the whistle on those tire marks and that area in specific because there's not going to be anything else you're going to be able to glean from that. There we go.
Wow.
We should start a band.
Fancy.
I feel, I definitely feel the Jethro Tull tonight. It's in this field.
What's sad is the only time I didn't get to use this was the Renfest episode, and I bought this at Renfest.
I know.
Oh.
I know. It was all duck calls. So, what do y'all want to do now?
I'm just still sitting in the van looking over that same ancient tome because Jedediah is certain that the same entities that appear in modern day UFO encounters are the gods and demons that are talked about in Sumerian myth. So I am of little, if any, help at all during this.
You are Giorgio Tsoukalos in that van.
I have 2 giant buckets of confirmation bias, and I am just pouring them on everything that happens.
Did any of us know about this before we brought him along?
No.
You had never met Jedediah Snailson before.
I'm gonna lodge a complaint with the.
I'm gonna get into the van and just sit next to him silently now.
Okay, and so I look over at Norman and I say, just tell me, Norman, if any of this sounds familiar. The All Lord said, after he came into being, I am he who came into being as Kepri. When I had come into being, being itself came into being, and all beings came into being after I came into being. Does that sound like what was being talked about? Where you were?
Not especially.
Okay, all right. Well, that was Egyptian, so we'll move to Sumerian. Give me a few minutes here. We'll see what happens.
As they're moving on from different cultures and their origin myths and such, what are you guys doing now?
Hey, so I think we should maybe go canvass town and see if we can spot that truck.
The first place I'd like to check for that is that apartment building, because Helena Hodges is Harris. I wrote down Hodges. I don't know why.
No, there's a different Hodges. I'm sorry. That's not
Debbie Hodges.
Yes, there you go.
That's why. Okay.
Yes. Debbie Hodges also works as a. She's a server at the From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh.
Well, that would have been helpful to know, like, earlier, like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, it's fine. So.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I would like. Helena is tied up in all of this pretty tightly, and her story is not lining up with everybody else's story, and so I think I don't know what time it is. Maybe it's too late to do our plan from last time to have Jedediah make some prank phone calls, imitating.
I definitely do not think it's too late for that.
Imitating our favorite character.
Let me get a drink here.
Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're set on?
I think that's a good plan. I think it's a good next step, at the very least. Rob, could I get a sample? I mean, Jedediah remembers, but could I get a sample of that doctor?
Before you do that, it's like I don't feel like Norman is like wanting to be in the crowd with all the buzz, and so I'm gonna sit next to him and just talking to him directly where no one else can hear. I'll get the laptop and I'll show him the truck, and it's like, is this? So it looks like this is what brought you here. What is this something you remember?
No. And why does the van smell like wine?
Oh my God!
He lost his memory.
Something to your olfactory senses while you were in the UFO.
No, I don't remember any trucks or vans or vehicles. I remember a bright light, and that's it.
Bright light. Okay. All right. I appreciate it. I do not have any skill in reassurance, but I could. Wait. No, I do for Norman, because for Norman, cop talk is reassurance. So I will cop talk that conversation.
There you go.
I'll put the laptop in front of him. Norman, we know how you got here. Why don't you make it easier on yourself and just tell us all about it?
Holy shit! Oh my goodness!
I really don't remember, and that is the honest truth. I would not lie to any of you. I have no idea how to explain what happened to me, or why I'm missing a fingernail and it doesn't hurt, or why they took blood, or why there's a loss of hair. I don't know.
All right. So Jeff, thank you for the bit saying roll with advantage.
We have advantage.
That apply at all in this game, but thank you.
I'm being caught off guard here. Maybe like
He's trying to subvert my system is what's happening right now.
Yeah, exactly. Damn it all. Okay, so we've got Duff. He's cop talking Norman. Jedediah, are you making a phone call?
I'm making a phone call, but again, I need a voice sample. I need just a quick jot to my memory. I did just watch Point Break 2 days ago, and so if I need to, I can do a Bodhi, but I'd prefer to have the genuine article.
Wait. Something like, just ride the wave, man. Just ride the wave.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Are you talking about like you're riding the wave, man?
Okay.
Because that's what you're doing.
There you go. That's it. That is the only time I will be using that voice.
All right, here we go. I dropped the quarter, and I dial Helena.
You dropped 2 quarters.
I dropped 2 quarters, and I dial Helena Harris's number.
It rings for a long time, but you do hear the receiver pick up. She's like, hello? It's really late.
Helena, is that like you?
Dr. Spencer? Is that you? Because you sound kind of weird.
It is because I have a cold, Helena, that I sound a little bit strange, and I'm also going a bit more Shatner than Surfer. Helena, it was so good to see you at our meeting tonight. I was so grateful you were there, but there are a few things I'd like to talk to you about. If you have some time.
Well, I mean, I was really just sleeping, but I guess we could talk. Sure.
Helena, there is a great sleep that awaits all of us. We do not want to take time from it now.
That sounds like something you'd say, Dr. Spencer.
It is I, Dr. Spencer. Helena, I was wondering, are you a child of the next level?
You hear her sigh briefly, and she says, well, no. My experiences are a little different. See, I'm not like the rest of the people in town. Like, I had my experiences when I was younger.
Okay.
And they heavily affected my life. In fact, the reason that we sold the farm was because it was becoming kind of like a UFO hotspot. We used to see crop circles all the time. They would just show up and everything, and I hated it. And we just sold it. And then, I bought the Midnight Ranch to kind of confront my fears. And that's when Ted got in contact with me. I thought it was weird, but got to do something with that property.
And I'm just wondering, why do you feel the need to act as though your experiences are the same as others? Why can't it be that you are a beautiful, wonderful flower all of your own, but instead you pretend to be a rose as if you were every other rose?
Well, I just feel like nobody's accepted me before, and coming to Second Life meetings was making me feel good, and seeing all those others say, children of the next level, I wanted to be a part of that.
Yeah, it does seem to be a group experience. Helena, go ahead.
It really does. I don't know. I'm hoping one day I can conquer my fear, but now that there's a crop circle in, the wheat and on my property, and I didn't even plant that wheat,
Right. You didn't. You just showed up, and they showed up as well. And I'm wondering, really, Helena, if you don't mind me asking, Helena, don't worry about my cadence, Helena. I'm wondering.
I totally trust you, Dr. Spencer.
Thank you. I'm wondering, do you think that the beings, which are real, I want to make it clear, I believe you, and I believe all of my experiences. Do you think that the experiences you had as a child are related to their experiences, or do you think it might be that you were interacting with beings on a different wavelength entirely.
You know, Dr. Spencer, I'm not really sure. Maybe by allowing Ted to grow that wheat on my field, you know, I was like summoning them there or something. I don't know. I haven't had any experiences in like, I don't know, 20 plus years, but you know, sometimes you just got to conquer your fear, even if you're not the one growing the wheat out there.
Ain't that the truth of it? But let me just confirm. Let me just confirm what you said. You said it was Ted that planted the wheat.
Yeah, Ted.
How did that conversation go? Was he interested in farming and making a profit, or was there what? I'm just confused. Why wheat? I felt like visitors usually interact in cornfields, and yet Ted came to you specifically with the idea for wheat.
Well, Ted, you know, he lost his job recently. He was a history professor at a nearby college, and I'm sure you know that, Dr. Spencer. But like,
of course, I've done a lot of work with Ted. God bless him. He's riding his wave.
Yeah, and like, he came to me saying that like he could make me a lot of money, this town a lot of money. You know, kind of like the whole Field of Dreams thing, and you know. He just said that there was a lot of money that could be made, and that he could draw the people here with like really tall wheat, and that wheat is pretty tall. I mean,
it's beautiful wheat.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, you know, Dr. Spencer, you rented an apartment on the top floor here. It's only a couple doors down from me. You know,
I did.
Yeah. You rented him apartment 13, which I gotta tell you, Dr. Spencer, is really bad luck to have an apartment 13 in here.
I understand.
It says 13 on the door.
All the numbers are but expressions of the divine beauty within all things.
That doesn't sound like something you'd say, Dr. Spencer. I'm just saying.
That was Jenna Dyer for sure. We're all hovering around you, going.
Now let me I do some coughing. Helena, has he given you any money? He's been promising you money. Has he given you any money?
Not yet, but he says the money's coming,
and the money's going to come from people wanting to look at the wheat.
Yeah, that's what he says, and you know, I trust him. I mean, Ted, I'm giving him a break because he lost his job, you know?
Yeah. What did he do again? Remind me.
He was a history professor.
That's right.
He specialized in like, you know, Norse mythology and, you know, Celtic mythology and stuff.
I cough, and under my breath I say Benzona, and just curse him in Hebrew for choosing such a bullshit way of life. But
are you okay, Dr. Spencer?
Benzona. Yeah. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah.
Did you just say Benadryl? Like what?
I did. I am very. I don't know if I've let you. You've let me into your life. I don't know if I've let you into mine. I'm very allergic to wheat, and I just drove by Ted's big, beautiful wheat field, just on a whim, and it's got me acting something fierce. So give me. Sorry, let me take this Benadryl. And I cover the phone, and I look at everybody who's like looking and like in around me, and I'm like, what else should I ask? Are we good? Do we need anything more? Are there any questions? People, hurry.
I think we're good.
We think we're good.
What do y'all
Helena.
think? Okay. I'm just speaking. I'm speaking for everybody. This is all I thought of.
Misty, are you good?
I think we're good. Yeah, good job.
Helena, my friend. Yeah. I cannot wait until our next experiencers meeting. I appreciate you getting me through this conversation. I have ingested a lot of meat, and it's done something to me. You know me. I don't eat meat because I believe it is but chock full of the fear that the animal felt before they last died. And yet, you have
Dr.
brought me
Spencer,
to
we know that you're a carb loader, so
Yeah.
that's not necessarily true. 'Cause, I mean,
Well,
you used to like, rip waves and stuff. At least that's what you told us. So
I did, but I always ate pasta alone. I could never eat a scared dead animal. I couldn't do it.
I mean, I was briefly in the Ponderosa Steakhouse, and you were eating a lot of steak.
I just hang up the phone. It's over. I can't do this anymore. I could not do that accent as good as I thought I could. We're done. Chick, and the coins drop.
Hey, before we do anything else, are we by the library?
You're not far from the library. No, you're not too far. Like in town, like everything's like practically 1,000 feet away from it. Everything else. So you're fine.
Just gonna pull a Robert Langdon here.
Oh
Nice.
no, Dan Brown. No, and no, and no. Okay, go ahead.
Just at some point when we're nearby, I want to see if I can catch the Wi-Fi signal from outside, because I'm assuming it's closed. Just to report into everything that we've done so far.
You get 2 bars of Wi-Fi.
Like enough?
Yeah, I just want to send report and messages back. Since we've been threatened, I don't want the same thing to happen to us that happened to Lucy, where somebody's having to pretty much start completely over because she didn't get a good report in.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. It takes you a couple minutes, but it does eventually go through. You do see the read or the delivered message.
And is now a good time for a break?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a good time.
All right, cool. Thrash Putin did say I was ready for 30 more minutes of that phone conversation. Not even kidding.
Thank you.
That's I can't wait for that episode. That's awesome. All right.
Be interesting.
Yeah. So y'all hang on. We will be back for the conclusion of Crop, assuming that we haven't knocked Rob so far off plot that
You're on it.
Great. All right. So we will be back. Okay, I'm turning on audio now, so y'all quit talking about peeing and stuff.
Okay.
Or continue. I don't care.
I mean,
we
we established that Norman was a super peer in the last episode.
Yeah.
In last stream. So
I forgot. Yeah, that's right.
it's like a hose.
He's very, very efficient.
Vaccines are a fraud. Pass it on.
Here we go.
They were invented in the 90s by mega corporations.
Holy shit. This is something else.
Do your Google, Sam. Go to YouTube and type in fake vaccines. You'll thank me later.
If my channel gets banned, there's nowhere for us to do this anymore, right?
Paul, you'd be surprised at the I'm not going to get into it too much, but there are other communities that would have us.
One starts with a P and ends with a roller.
And I don't have the leanings for that.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay,
So-
well, yeah, I mean that we seem to still be streaming at this moment. So we might want to hurry up and finish.
Yeah. So you have
get me banned from my own channel.
You've been given clues. What are you gonna do now?
Let's go fuck up Ted Lyons. I mean, I don't know.
Hell yeah!
I don't know that we have to fight him so much as just interrogate him. But if we want to fight him, we can.
This
I have
game
very-
really ramped up after the break.
Yeah, I have high things in like scuffling and shooting. So
Yeah.
if we need to do that, Ted,
Yeah.
we can do that. But
yeah. Duff is gonna like stretch his neck, and then he's gonna do that thing like Henry Cavill did in Mission Impossible, where he reloads his fist.
Yeah.
All right. Do we know where Ted Lyons lives?
When you talked to Helena Harris, she had mentioned that you had rented, that Dr. Spencer had rented an apartment on the top floor. And you will notice that on the
Number
call
13.
box. Yeah, you will notice on the call box there is no apartment 13 on that call box. There are apartments 1 through 12.
Okay.
So there is an extra apartment.
Does the apartments, do we know so far if the apartments have peepholes?
You don't know that. You haven't been inside
we haven't
yet.
been inside.
Peephole is just a hole you haven't made with a gun yet, right?
Well, yes.
I like how you think, Norman. Back in the game.
I am thinking more of doing my fabulous Dr. Spencer impression to get him to open the door, but that's obviously not going to work if he has a peephole.
Just to give you a few notes, a little more beachy on that voice there, bud.
A little more beachy, dude.
Yeah,
beachy.
Yeah, there we go.
Right.
You not only brought the beachy, you brought like a rotund beachy, which I appreciate. You are bordering on like the beachy version of the Ghost of Christmas Present. I like it.
Oh hell yeah. Tubular.
The hell yeah almost sound like Stone Cold Steve Austin too.
Yeah. So,
brother,
how are you gonna get into this apartment building?
So Ted is in this apartment building too?
Yeah, I'm confused. I thought we were looking for Ted.
Yeah, he's in there.
Oh, if you're gonna go look for
there.
Ted, that's fine. But
He and Ted
I am now that you've mentioned that
though.
Now I'm interested in this 13th apartment though.
Well, I mean, you guys are kind of all over the place because you're like, okay, let's go look to see, for this vehicle around town, or let's go.
No, dude.
She literally told you that Ted.
I
has
think
an
it needs to
apartment in
be
this
Ted.
building.
Well, let's
okay.
start by looking to see if we see the vehicle in the parking.
Okay. Looking around the small parking garage out back, you don't see a truck that fits the tire treads that you saw out in the field. So you would guess that he is not there.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I say we just go for it. I say we break into this man's apartment. He's committing crimes against humanity. I think it's fine if we go into his apartment without being invited. We're not vampires after all.
Mm.
Wait, is Ted the owner of the truck?
I do believe Ted is the owner.
I think Ted's the owner of the truck.
I think Ted is the one behind everything. Every question we ask, I believe the answer is Ted Lyons.
All right.
Okay, so in my fragile state, I agree with everything he is saying, and I will use my streetwise techniques to open the lock. Would that work?
I'll allow it.
That sounds
good. Go right ahead, man.
Okay, so the door is now open, and I will allow everyone to go before me.
Not only that,
Now,
you
is
do
that
it
the door into the building or into Ted's specific apartment?
in the building.
Into the building,
And,
yeah.
Is Ted's apartment labeled?
It's top floor number 13.
No, that's
See, that was
that's Dr.
Dr.
Spencer.
Spencer.
You notice that while there isn't anything on the call box, when you go inside and you look at the mailbox, there is a mailbox for a 13th apartment, and it does say T. Lyons on it.
Yeah. He's in apartment number 13.
I thought Dr. Spencer was on.
Dr. Spencer.
Dr. Spencer was talking to Helena.
Dr. Spencer paid for Ted Lyons' apartment. So there's a weird situation going on there.
No,
it
it wasn't
is-
that he paid for it. It was that he rented one out to him, basically.
So Dr. Spencer owns the apartment building?
Yes.
No, Helena
Oh,
owns the
shit.
apartment building.
No. Helena owns the Midnight Ranch. She does not own the apartment building.
So-
Dr. Evan Spencer owns the apartment building.
Dr. Spencer is renting apartments out to his clients?
Is everybody
Ted
else here
Lyons-
too?
Oh, Baxter? Yeah, he has rented one out to Baxter.
Baxter was here. That's right. Okay, I do a quick 180 and run outside, and I want to scan the list of names to see if everybody in the experiencer group is in this building.
No.
No. Okay, just a couple.
I think if I'm remembering,
You did say
correct-
all of the names last session.
I did
which
say
was
all the names.
impressive.
Yeah, I did say all of the names. I don't think that there are actually, with the exception of Helena Harris, who is a different experiencer on her own level. I believe the only one that lives there is Debbie Hodges.
And Ted
Larry
Lyons.
Hodges and Ted Lyons. Okay. So he's top floor number 13.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do it.
All right.
Is there a stair situation, Rob? Is it an elevator?
It's a stair situation. This building is fairly old, and the builders definitely did not have money for an elevator.
So this is total Ghostbuster scene. We're like going into the building, everybody's pumped,
Yeah.
and then we're
Yeah,
like
and you're
trudging up the
Yeah.
stairs.
Does this sober Misty up at all?
It's been a couple hours, I would
Okay.
imagine.
Yeah.
yeah. I think she's fine now.
Okay.
I think she said that out loud while drinking wine.
Hey.
I will say,
no.
I will
think
say-
she's fine.
Jedediah has to bring up the bag of the pack because he is a portly gentleman.
I was about
and
to
he
say
is- He is not well equipped to climb more than 2 flights of stairs.
Also, do you have residual meat sweats?
I do still have the meat sweats. That does not go away as fast as being drunk does. That's true. They last way longer.
especially because you had meat in the car.
Yes, I
on
did
the
eat
way
that
home.
porterhouse as we were going. Yeah, you're right. It's equivalent to just drinking another bottle of wine every time I start to sober up. So I am at least a good 3 or 4 minutes behind all of you guys at this point.
Okay, it's just so I'm gonna lean over to Norman. I'm just say, it looks like the two of us are the only adults here.
Amazing. Amazing. So Norman, are you doing your streetwise thing again?
What does this door look like?
Is it a portal into hell?
You looking at the door, like it's an old ass door with thick coats of paint on it. You don't see like a peephole or anything on it, but like it looks like a door that's been on its hinges for like the last 100 years.
If I put my ear to the door, is it thick enough that I can't hear anything, or do I hear something going on?
No, it's thin enough. Putting your ear to the door, you don't hear anything on the other side.
I will very cautiously start to unlock the door when Jedediah gets here to make sure that we're all together.
Okay.
We're just standing at the top, like.
You open the
I
door.
appreciate that, guys.
Yeah. You open the door.
I would try to be
And-
stealthy, but he's wheezing like.
He is. There is no subtlety. There is no subtlety there, but inside, it's a very strange sight. It's almost like walking onto a movie set. The walls are painted this dark gray color, and there's like hidden lighting in the walls. You can't exactly see like the fixtures that are creating it, but like this room is intensely bright despite being this this dark gray color. And you see this table set up in the middle of the room, and you see an instrument tray right next to it. It has a very
like medical feel to it. Over in the corner, in the left-hand corner, you see draped over chair is what looks like a suit that resembles a gray alien.
This fucking race and Tilly bastard.
Holy shit.
And Norman, when you see it at first, you're startled. You're kind of thrown aback because the eyes are just looking outward at you all as you're coming in the room. But there are it's a small apartment. There's a small kitchenette. There is a bedroom and a bathroom, and that's about it in this apartment building. If you want to go look through them, you can go look through them.
Jedediah pulls a gun.
Okay,
makes sense.
I appreciate the visual.
He's way too freaked out. He's just fucking freaked out. Yep. He's got a pistol, handgun.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go.
Yeah, we're gonna go look around.
Okay. Where do you look around?
In his fridge. First off.
That's a good one.
You stay away from the wine.
You see a lot of sauces in that fridge and very little actual food. Like,
do I see any beefits in the kitchen at all?
No, there are no beefits.
I'm slightly disappointed they were growing on me.
Beefits are still starting to roll out to stores again, so it's going to be a little bit before you see it in like the remote parts of the United States, like Missouri.
Out of character, what the fuck is a beefit? You guys keep mentioning it,
Hey,
and I have no concept
before
as to what it is.
before anyone answers, because you have been so gracious to come on and play this game with us, we will tell you after the stream. But for anybody else, you have a backlog of episodes that you need to be listening to at the Order of Podcasters podcast stream, available on your favorite podcast app.
Wow,
Sam,
I was glad to
Sam,
be
it's
able
a
to
snack.
do some.
It's a snack,
Yeah.
Sam.
I was glad to be able to do some native advertising there. That was good. I only feel a little bit used.
Yeah. Checks in the mail.
Right.
All right, thank you.
So yeah, he has just like a lot of sauces. There's some soy sauce. You definitely see like the Chick-fil-A Polynesian sauce, which is just really barbecue sauce. There's a bunch of sauces. There's some water in there. Beyond that, there's nothing else in the fridge.
Okay. Bathroom?
Open the pantry. Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. I'll go to the bathroom. You can fish around for wine.
And I'm in his room, but we can wait to go.
All right. In the pantry, this dude loves fucking crackers. Like, he just absolutely loves crackers. Has wheat thins, Ritz, club crackers, you name it. This guy, you would guess that he is big into charcuterie. For sure.
You got some saltines?
Oh, yeah. Definitely saltines.
That's the good shit.
There are also a couple cans of tomato soup which stand out. In the bathroom, nothing really in the bathroom. It's actually pretty clean in there.
So I go back to the living room and start like fingering the alien costume, and I'm just like, I'm I'm using the proper term here. Like, I'm sticking a finger onto the alien costume and like playing with it. You sick-minded freaks. Norman will not stand for this.
Oh my god. All right.
Is this worse than Dugan's whole jokes or no?
Yeah, I think it is. So as you touch the gray alien suit, it's made of like a really thin latex, but it's like really sturdy. And And you could actually probably fit into it if you really wanted
Oh, Norman.
I'm not going to.
to. Okay, good.
Is
I know-
Ted a particularly small person?
No, he's about average height.
Okay, he's average.
Is he
height.
Norman's size?
How tall is Norman?
5'10".
5'10". I would say Ted Lyons probably like 5'9", somewhere around there.
Is this I should ask Norman. Is this the alien that you saw?
I think it is. Yes.
Wasn't it smaller?
I thought it was smaller.
Yeah, you said it was like half your size.
It has the same face.
Maybe it was just freaked out or something. But how does a disappearing woman fit into all of this? That doesn't seem like this. I feel like we're in Scooby-Doo now.
So
That
okay.
doesn't
So
feel like something that could be faked.
does anyone have any drug tests on them? Because I'm coming to a sudden realization that if there's a disparity in size, that maybe I wasn't of sound mind.
That is a great
Yeah.
You want to roll preparedness on that?
Can I just point
I
out
have-
really fast?
I have 7 preparedness. I'm going to spend 4 of them.
I need to point out really fast that because of the last session we did, fisting is now an approved term in my chat, and because of today, fingering is. So thanks.
God damn it. I rolled a 6 before my 4. So I definitely have like a lot of drug tests, and I definitely don't have all of them because I'm paranoid I'm going to be drug tested at any point and lose my job at the university. I have them for a different reason other than that.
Okay.
But here's one of them.
All right. So are you giving one to Norman?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
I will be right back.
We heard your
Very, very fast.
efficient peer.
Very fast.
So
Okay.
here's a question. What does this drug test for?
It tests for... Well,
Test-
now you're just going to make me reveal
No.
Jen's
I want to
weaknesses.
like
But just
drug tests for something
Right.
specific. You need to.
It is a high-end test. It tests for a number of things, but mainly what it tests for are anything. It tests for marijuana, obviously.
Yeah.
Then it tests for any hallucinogenic, either man-made or natural, and then finally it tests for amphetamines. And
Opiates?
Jedediah doesn't need you to judge him for that. He just needs your support during this trying time. So amphetamines, hallucinogens, and pot.
So how long do these tests take to come back with reading?
They take
Not
about
long.
they take about 15 minutes.
The man rolled a 10. Just give him this one.
I was so prepared.
You administer the test, and Norman does have drugs in his system.
Norman.
Okay, and it comes up pink if it's hallucinogens, yellow if it's speed, and green if it's weed. So what color does it come up?
Pink.
Wait.
Pink if it's hallucinogens. Okay.
You didn't ask Norman if there was anything else that he may have
I
look at ingested or
Norman
smoked before.
and I say, "Have you gone
tells
to the
me-
great beyond, brother?"
And I stare you down because clearly I do not. And I've realized that my temple, my pure body, has been trashed, has been taken for a ride.
Oh no!
But okay, how many of these tests do you have?
I have 4 of them, which I think is fair because I rolled a 10. And also there are 4 weeks in a month, and I have to take one every week.
Does he have more, Rob?
So I have 3 left. If that stands.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Okay, because we all saw this.
That's true.
Is that a thing that we all hallucinate the same thing? Because I don't think that's a thing.
That's not a thing.
No.
As a guy with a paranormal podcast, that's not a thing.
Wait, what do you
No.
think you hallucinated?
A
The
woman?
woman disappearing.
Okay, Misty, you would know that you have had similar experiences with a being like this before.
Me specifically?
Yes.
Which of her ex-husbands.
And so would
Oh my
and
god.
so would Norman. Norman would have too.
Oh, it's a man in black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm in his bedroom. What do I find?
Interesting.
So, there is like a twin size bed in there.
Dang, she's
and-
in a black suit. I totally missed that. That's nice.
Seriously. Well, you know what it was? Is because in my head she still had a giant hook instead of an arm.
I keep
Right.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that Rob has a copy of the book and knows what the Men in Black are.
I did my reading.
Yeah.
I know what they are.
They're so cool.
So you find and it's like this room is like neat, like it's cleaned up. You find a desk and a computer, and you also find a small bookshelf
Okay.
with some books on it.
I go to the computer
Okay.
and I shake the mouse or the trackpad, depending.
Okay. And it comes to life. It lights up.
Is it locked with a password or anything?
Nope.
Okay. What a fool. You always have to protect your data, people. Come on. And I go in.
Well, who has data retrieval?
I do.
Okay. Hey, Norman. Norman. Hey, Norman. Come in here. Get in here.
You know, you did that imitation. Now you've lost it. It's gone.
Yeah, I have
cannot-
lost Jedediah
My
Snelson's
previous
voice.
Jedediah Snelson's voice is Kevin Spacey in House of Cards, and I cannot find it again. So give me
need to
some
get
time.
that.
Give me some grace. We'll get there.
Okay.
Norman, come in here. Now that's Christopher Walken.
That's
Come on
Christopher
in.
Walken. Yeah. I was gonna
Norman,
say.
come
I'm
in
gonna
here
s- I'm
to
gonna-
the computer.
yeah, I'm gonna walk over to the computer.
So you get on the computer and you find a number of emails. One was to Helena Harris asking to grow this wheat on her property, and he was very adamant. Like we can make a lot of money if I grow this wheat. It'll be like it'll be like a tourist attraction basically, because this wheat will be incredibly tall. Like he's talking about heights of over 7 feet tall.
Okay.
You find another email to Dr. Evan Spencer asking to rent this apartment. You also find an email to a company called Brimley Wheat, which is kind of like a Quaker Oats brand. So he does plan on selling this wheat, but like in the
Diabetes.
meantime, you have the tourist attraction first, and then you sell off all your wheat. That's kind of what you glean from that, and that's and you there's another tab open, and it's open to a website, and on it he was
Hot alien signals in your area.
No, he was listening to a podcast.
Dyson Dreary.
No. You see.
Are you doing a callback?
Tri-coastal.
Oh, trust me. We're folding universes here, pal. You see that he was listening to an episode of a podcast called The Our Strange Skies Podcast. I've done it.
Unreal.
Uh,
Unreal. They said it couldn't be done, and he did it.
I did it. He's listening to an episode called The Imgarvi Elf. It's episode 71. Speaking of, you can go listen to that episode of the Our Strange Skies podcast now. It's episode
Have you-
71 called The Imgarvi Elf.
Have you done 71 episodes, Rob?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I am very behind. I apologize.
Sam, haven't you done like 200 episodes?
We're at like 140 if God willing we ever do another one after this, but damn, that's impressive though. God damn. Sorry, didn't mean to derail there.
No, yeah, you're good. That's all you glean from that. The only other thing that you could look for any kind of clues is on the bookshelf.
Bookshelf.
Let's look. I look on the bookshelf.
Okay, I'm gonna send y'all a link in the chat. Hold on 1 second. Who's taking the book from the shelf?
I will, because I read a lot of books.
Okay. The doc in chat, open it up and read it. It's the there's a book that you find on this shelf. It's called The Summoning Crop. It's by an author named Richard Hall. And it's a book about like the kind of like the history of crop circles and like the purposes of some of them. And there is a particular part of it highlighted. So go ahead and read that at your leisure.
Should I read it aloud or
Yeah,
just
go
to myself?
Read it aloud.
Throughout Finnish mythology, we see elements of Norse, Slavic, and Baltic myths come together to form a unique worshipping body of gods. One of those gods was Pekko, the god of the crop, or the wheat king. Often depicted as a short elf with a pointy hat, Finnish communities would turn to the god when their crops failed, or when their villages were plagued by drought. To summon Pekko's good fortune, the communities would appeal to their local shamans, who would then establish an altar at the most sacred site within the community. Upon the altar, the shaman would place the skull of a small animal, roots from a tree, ground basil, and an acorn in the shape of a circle. 6 bowls were then placed above the circle of items. Each bowl, arranged in the shape of the bowl itself, would contain blood, hair, and a fingernail from marked individuals of the village. A sample of that crop would then be placed above the bowl formation that would terminate in another bowl of bodily material taken from the shaman. The wheat king would leave signs of his handiwork around the town, including abnormally large crop circles, and strange shadings of light in the sky. A summoning of this type would bring with it economic prosperity for the village, turning struggling communities into prosperous city centers overnight. If the altar was destroyed, no crops would grow in the village ever again, leading to great famine. And that is exactly the reason why I think Norse mythology is bullshit. There's absolutely nothing about giant chaos monsters in the whole goddamn thing. But nonetheless, this sounds pretty familiar and specific to our situation here today. All right, close the book.
Okay, what is the most sacred site within the community then?
Telephone booths.
I was just gonna say those 2 payphones.
I was
The
thinking-
library where the Wi-Fi is.
Yep.
Well,
You have
wonder-
if you stop and think about it, there was a specific area that you reading that you could kind of see was deemed the sacred site, but when you went there, it no longer seemed to be the site.
I don't recall seeing an altar of any kind.
No, but Duff specifically would be led to believe that behind that false wall there was an altar in there at one point.
Oh yeah,
And that it is probably
that was like an hour ago, and I completely forgot it.
Yeah,
this,
and that
this
it
is why
totally
this is why I GM and not.
Yeah. You would guess that it's probably been moved.
This is why Paul has 20 pages of notes when he GMs too.
Yep.
It's been moved. Where have it been moved to?
Rob, has Duff, all right, has Duff experienced one of the Men in Black before?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, then I still want to take a drug test.
You do want one or you don't want one?
That crazy woman just disappeared. Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I saw that too. I don't think you were hallucinating, but then again, I was intoxicated. So.
Yeah, but when you're drunk, you don't see people appear and disappear out of
It's
reality.
true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Well, we can either figure out where it is. Are there any secret rooms in here? Since this is a secret room of the entire building?
No.
Okay.
Damn.
That
was good. That was good, Paul.
Thank you. I appreciate
that. Rob, when I can't remember, did we have a map of where the abduction sites were?
No, you didn't. You never really got the chance to interview the witnesses, but they kind of seem to be like just random points around town, like wherever anybody lived.
Why would he have moved the altar?
Because we were getting too close, and I had a camera at the front door. Did that pick up anything?
Oh.
Did you look at the footage from the front door?
I thought I did.
So.
I intended to, but I did not say those words out loud.
No, you didn't. So do you want to do that?
I would very much like to do that.
Okay. You go and you look at the footage from the front door, and you see Ted Lyons drive up, walk into the building. And it's about like maybe 5 or 10 minutes later, but he walks out carrying something that looks really heavy that has a sheet draped over it. And as you watch the footage, you can see him drive off into the field, a far distance away.
Into the field.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think we head back, but so this is where our job gets hard. Because the stuff.
Yeah, I think we have to try to follow those tracks.
No, I'm just saying, this stuff, this stuff gets credited to gods and aliens. But there are forces behind this stuff. And it's working here. And it's also damaging the membrane here.
Well,
and when
when
we destroy the altar, it could destroy this town.
Right, which I think is an acceptable collateral loss. Personally, this town has not impressed me much, other than the quality of its meat, which is high.
It's something that has to be done, because damage to the membrane is far worse.
And now you keep saying the membrane. What does that mean? I just joined this organization.
Yeah, so it'll be good background to the concept of esotericism and stuff. But there's a reality of order, and there's a reality of chaos. We live in the reality of order.
Okay.
And between the two, there's kind of a metaphysical membrane. And what cultists and stuff do when they're trying to draw on outside powers is they're often unknowingly breaching the membrane. And that's a very dangerous thing, because if it tears, then things come through that from the reality of chaos that we don't want here. And so our job as Esoterrorists is to stop them from doing that, and thereby keeping the membrane intact.
So are you worried that if we destroy the altar, we'll create a hole in the membrane?
No, the altar.
You're more worried that
the altar is creating the hole in the membrane already. That's what I do think the lights in the sky and this crop circle are evidence of the tears in the membrane.
So you're more worried about the well-being of the town itself than the people within it.
Yeah, I mean the what the book is suggesting is that if we destroy the altar, which we have to do, that it could it could destroy the crops for the entire village, leading to famine. And I'm just saying, it's something
we can
that has
helicopter in some beefits as payment. As an I'm sorry.
So I wonder, with us being, because we are attached to the government, are we not?
No.
Oh, we're not.
No.
Oh, I did not know that. I assumed I was a government agent this whole time. Okay. Because I was wondering if maybe we could petition or maybe liaison, even with us not being a government agency. The government has to have some idea of what we're doing.
Yeah, we have friends in the government. Sure.
Is there some way we could contact those people and give them a heads up and say, hey, this town is going to be bad for a year or two, but it's necessary, or forever. That is true. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll put Laura on it. Laura's good for that. Laura's amazing. I love Laura.
Also,
Laura's
we
productive.
have some surplus candles. I don't know if people want any of those.
I think that could help them in this time of starvation. Yes.
Yeah. Also, when the membrane opens, things come out. So make sure
you shoot those things.
Yeah, make sure the gun's loaded.
I do have an 8 in shooting, so I think hopefully I'll be able to take down 1 or 2 of them.
Back out to the farm.
Yep.
Okay. You head out back to the farm. And, it's heavy in the air. Jedediah is feeling it. This is his first epic confrontation. And, Norman is still reeling from the fact that this motherfucker put on an alien suit and did shit to him. Missity's kind of entering the hungover stage. And, Duff, he's the hero in his mind. So
it's the only mind that counts.
It's
the only mind I'm sure is actually there.
Yeah. So you drive out to about the spot that you saw him drive out to on the camera. And you make it's very near the crop circle itself. Let's see here. What skills would be good for this? I would say anthropology or archaeology will be your deciding.
Yeah, I got both of those.
Okay. As you're walking around, you step foot inside the crop circle, and it is still like the hair on your arms just stands up on end. It's very electrically charged in here, and you just feel this faint humming sound still. But you notice that there's some disturbed ground. And you can see some footprints, or really like depressed wheat, heading towards the circle within the circle. There's still some. The wheat isn't incredibly tall in there. It's probably about like 2 feet tall. But in the center of that circle is like a cutout square in the ground.
Okay.
All right. Anything in the square?
Lifting up the square, you can see a hole in the ground. It's about, it's a decently sized square. It's about 5 foot by 5 foot, and it goes about 10 feet into the ground.
you shine a light down there, and you see the altar. You can see like a faint, candle flicker in there, but you see it as it was described in The Summoning Crop by Richard Hall. The one thing you don't see, though, is a ladder. So you'll be able to get down there. Someone will be able to get down there. You could fit about 2 people down there. But you're going to have a difficult time getting up without, some kind of assistance.
How deep is it?
It's about 10 feet deep.
Okay.
I say, now there's a pros and a cons, obviously, to each one of us going down there. First off, do we have an axe or some sort of implement to destroy this?
I heard
Anything
that
in the
beefits are
van that might
flammable.
help? Beefits are flammable. That's good, and they could.
All right, you know what? All right, since beefits are a big thing, I think to Misty right now, I want you to roll preparedness to see if you have any beefits.
What is my goal?
4.
To have them.
To have
to just have, because you're the one talking about explosive beefits
My
and
bad,
stuff.
my bad.
You keep bringing up beefits. I'll allow you beefits if you could roll a 4 preparedness.
I have some preparedness left over, so I have 5 points. I would like to spend 3 points so that I can automatically succeed on that.
Okay.
All right.
You have some.
I have as many beefits.
I'm gonna go check out like a barn for a ladder and an axe.
Okay, I'd take.
You're going to have
Misty's
to go a long way back to go find that. Actually, there really is no barn out here. All there is the field of wheat and the ranch house. That is what is left here.
I take Misty's beefits and I said, listen, I was contracted for but a single adventure. And my job at the community college is really not worth holding on to this mortal coil for. I do believe something better may await me on the other side, and so I'm happy to make the sacrifice should it be that there is no way for me to get out of the hole with this flaming pile of beefits.
Well, can we just throw the beefits down there?
I guess if you want to take away the drama of the situation.
I am all upper body strength. I am an upside down triangle.
You really are. I forgot about that detail.
Yeah.
Until this very moment.
I kind of stretch and button my coat, and I say, I find that hard to believe. As
you all are going back and forth about this, the hum starts to intensify. It starts to get louder.
A hum?
Yes, there was a hum when you stepped into the crop circle, and now it's getting louder and louder. And you see a bright light start to appear in the sky. It's a long ways off, but it's moving towards your direction.
We're about to get disappeared.
All right.
And
somebody give me a hand. I'm heading down.
You have I'll give you 2 actions.
2 actions
as a
total?
group?
2 yes.
2 actions.
2 actions. 2 actions as a group. Right here, right now.
See it.
I will action my way down the hole.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Is this the hole?
No, no. You have trouble finding the hole now. You don't know where the hole is. You have a personal problem on your hands. No, you're down in the hole. We're not bringing up that other hole on that other part right now.
This is your own fault. All right. Yeah, I would like to start stomping the shit out of this thing.
Okay.
start stomping away. The light is moving closer. You have one more action that somebody can do before it's near
All
you
right.
guys.
Okay, I have as one of my skills chemistry, and I have a 3 in chemistry. So I feel like between the massive pile of beefits I have and fire, in my chemistry skills, we can make some kind of explosive. And I turn to the group and I ask if that is what we want to try to do.
I think that sounds like a grand idea,
It
Missy.
disturbs me how many altars we blow up with beefits in this game.
It disturbs me that I eat those things.
Yeah.
They seem pretty carcinogenic, but
So what is your action discussing this with your group?
No, I'm discussing whether or not we think this should be my action.
You have 10 seconds.
Do it, mister. Do it
like
now.
10 real life seconds? Okay.
9.
Do it. Do
8.
it.
7. 6.
All right. Our friend is down there.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be
5.
fine.
Just do it.
He'll be fine. Okay.
4.
Just do
All
it,
right,
Misty.
3.
We're exploding it. We're cooking up an explosive and we're throwing it into the hole.
Whoa.
Goodbye, Paul.
Goodbye, Paul.
Go down there.
Paul is down there. You're gonna kill Duff.
Why did Paul go down there?
Well, you're gonna kill Duff right now.
No one told Duff to go down there.
I think it's just one of those classic bad moves, and somebody has to die
There he
for it. I hate
goes.
to say.
The object
Oh, he's gone.
is above you now. And it shoots down a beam of light. And in that beam of light is a short figure. It's very human looking. It's wearing green overalls, a pointy hat, and it has a nose that comes out and like bends down. And it's holding a black box in front of it. And let's see who we're gonna target. That looks like Jedediah.
Jedediah,
Oh, good.
So-
Oh, good.
you get a chance to whoop a Norse god's ass.
Hell yeah. Punk ass Viking.
Okay, so Jedediah, you see this creature turn slightly in your direction, and it's going to attempt to hit you with its weapon.
Okay.
And it does. That was a 6 to hit you. And it only rolled a 1, so you are hit for 3. So you're gonna take away 3 from your health.
See, here we go again doing the D&D shit. Where's my health?
On the bottom right.
Oh, there we go. Oh, good. I had.
You have 8 points. So
I'm down to 5. Okay, great. I aim and fire 32 times at this man. or whatever.
You're gonna have to roll for it.
My clip.
You're gonna have to roll. If you're shooting, you can expend points in shooting.
I'm gonna use 2 points, so it'll take me down to 4. And then we will go ahead and roll, and we rolled a 2, so we rolled 4 total.
You hit. So roll your damage.
Yeah, I hit.
Roll your damage. It's going to be a D6 plus 2.
D6 plus 2. Roll. That is a 3. Plus 2 is 5.
Excellent. So you see Jedediah, after taking a laser hit from this creature, he turns around all of a sudden, and you just see him freaking from the hip.
And I
shoot
shout,
at the-
"This is for Marduk, King of the Gods!" And I shoot him 3 times in the chest.
And you shoot him once. Okay.
Okay,
once.
I shoot him 1
You
time
don't
in the chest.
you plug him right kind of like towards like the shoulder. And
It's a big gun.
It is a big gun, and it actually falls back a little bit because it's a short creature, but it gets itself back up again, and it takes a look at you, Norman,
Yay!
and misses. So after taking that shot, it's kind of taken off guard, and it misjudges shooting its beam at you and just completely misses. So Norman, what do you want to do?
If I want to shoot back at it, of course.
Okay, you shoot back at it.
I'm down in the hole going,
5.
guys,
5.
what's
you hit.
happening? I hear noises. Guys.
We're asserting the supremacy of the old gods.
Roll your damage.
5.
5. Okay. You see this thing fall backward on the ground, and it disappears, and so does the light. Out of the trees nearby, you hear some rustling, and you hear a voice. I told you, sons of bitches, to get the hell out of here. And you hear a shot, and it is, let's see, who are we going for?
Is it kids whacking off?
No, it is not kids. It is not
It's
kids whacking off.
off.
It is Ted Lyons coming out of the woods, and he aims for Jedediah.
Good, thank God. Kill me.
And
I cannot afford to be a reoccurring character
Sam-
in the story arc.
Sam does not want to ever come back to the show.
Yeah.
This is
in the
he's-
dark. In the dark, his eyes misjudge, and just he misses you kind of by a mile.
What an asshole.
Okay, who's got the higher shooting score here?
I
Sam,
have
you've got a
I have
6.
4.
What do you have,
Yeah.
Norman?
I have a 4.
Okay, Sam, Jedediah, you can go ahead, take a turn.
Take a shot. Okay.
Can if you want to.
All right. I rolled a 2.
You didn't expend any points?
Can I do that in retrospect?
Nah, you got to say that up front.
Then unfortunately not. No.
Okay, you return fire, and you also miss. So, Misty and Duff, what are you doing?
Okay, so I have an 8 in shooting, so that's probably what I'm gonna do.
Okay,
Oh my God.
okay.
I have a 5 in shooting, but I'm in a hole.
Before you shoot, what are you doing there, Paul?
I'm gonna try to. Do I feel like this thing has been thoroughly crushed?
Yeah, he's still in the hole.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah,
His
I mean,
triangle
like,
shape
it's-
protected him from the blast.
You've like broken up all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I think if you fill in that hole, it's not going to be able to use that stuff ever again.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I want to
Okay.
try to athletic my way out of the hole.
That's going to be tough for you, but
Have you
what are we gonna?
Have you seen me? I'm huge.
You're beefy. You're beefy. I'll give you that. We'll make it a 6. If you can roll a 6, you're good. You can get out of the hole.
Okay.
You expended points.
3 points.
3 points. Okay.
So I need 3 or above.
Yep.
That's a 2.
And
Oh no.
you see
And Duff is still in the hole.
Duff attempts to climb up it, but you grab onto just loose soil there for a second, and you fall back down. Misty, go ahead and fire.
I will fire. I will spend 2 points to fire.
Okay.
And I will roll. And I got a 1.
You hit him.
Oh wow.
Okay, good.
Great.
Ted Lyons does not have great athletics. Let's just put it like that. So go
So
ahead.
do I roll
your-
again for damage?
Yep.
Okay.
D6 plus 2.
A D6 plus 2. And that is a 4 plus 2, so 6.
Okay. You plug Ted Lyons like right in the abdomen, and you hear him like coughing up. Oh gosh! And with a shaky hand, he attempts to return fire at you. And what's your hit threshold?
3.
3. He hits you.
All right.
Oh no.
He hits you for 6.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Damn. All right. So my health started out at 7, so I am at 1.
Okay. So Norman, you shooting?
Oh yeah, of course I am.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend 2.
Okay.
So I got 2 left. Okay, so 2 plus 6.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Go ahead. Roll that damage.
4. 4. Yeah.
Okay. How does he die, Norman?
Oh, I get him right in the head.
So we all see Norman. He has been through hell this entire adventure. He takes his hand and he cups his gun underneath it, and he takes gentle aim and he fires, and he plugs Ted Lyons right in the head. And you see Ted Lyons fall back. The gun flies out of his hands, and he does not get up again.
From the
I'm
hole,
bleeding a little bit.
Ted, you medieval dickweed.
from the hole, you hear, "Did the good guys win?"
Yeah. Do you need help?
No, I got it. I'm gonna try to climb out of the hole. 3 points.
You've spent 3 points?
Yeah, I got a 7.
Oh yeah, you're out of the hole. You
But-
see Duff. He takes this like a standing long jump, and you see his hands like grasp the like top of the hole, and he starts pulling himself out. And it's a bit of a struggle, but you manage to pull yourself out.
Yeah. And by the way, I never took off the jacket.
Oh, of course.
So I just stand up and start brushing myself off, and nice. The GM is pausing like we didn't just win.
And the threat to the town of Copley it's over. You've done it.
Yay!
You have successfully won. I wanted to keep you all in suspense there for a second. But yeah, blow that duck call. You fill in that hole so that it is
No
we
one will
packed
ever,
that hole.
No one will
Hell
ever
yeah.
find that hole again.
no one will ever find that hole.
Fill that
ever.
hole good.
Yeah, it's fucking Christ. But
Y'all, listeners to Rolling Through the Realms will get that joke in 2 or 4 weeks.
no, they'll get it probably in like July, I'm guessing.
Oh, dang.
Oh wait, no, you'll get the Dugan's Hole joke 2 weeks from now.
Okay, well, this
And then
episode's not going to be out in 2 weeks, so don't worry about that.
But well done, everyone. You have done it.
Nice.
Yay! Wait, are there any long-term ramifications? Did we destroy the altar, or did we just
Destroyed the
bury it?
altar.
Right, is the
yeah.
whole town starving now?
Is the town screwed?
So
We need to know what happened to the innocents.
I am very interested.
So you know, have any of you read Salem's Lot before?
No,
It's been a
one
long
of those
time, but
ones-
yeah.
It's on my list to read, but I've never gotten around to it.
So there's this beginning section in the book, and it's kind of like it's a prologue, and in it there's this like newspaper headline about which is where it takes place goes. about another place in, I believe it's Vermont, called Momsen. That is a similar ghost town that disappears overnight.
Mm.
And the same thing happens to Coakley, Missouri. It's about 6 months after the events that happened, that the threat that you put down, the membrane that is still intact. After that, the town dried up and everyone moved out.
That'll happen.
Man.
And I mean, like, if you play with if I'm your like GM or your DM or something like that, I'm bound to depress the hell out of you at some point. So consider this your depressing the hell out of you moment.
I am depressed as hell, so I do appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. But you what is your parting like? What is how do you say goodbye?
Well, I think
Does Jedediah drive us back?
Well, I mean, he's gonna drive you to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go back to the airport. I think I want to stop by Lion's Choice again.
Oh, you need some more of that roast beef.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
do you need the pride pack where you get like 10 pounds of like roast beef? 10 roast beef sandwiches.
That is what Jedediah gets, of course.
Of course.
That is his choice.
Of course. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he says, oh, go ahead.
I'll say, well, y'all did, I really appreciate it. Y'all did great work. You know,
And
there's always room up in the whatchamacallit. What is it called?
Black budget?
Yeah, there's always room in the black budget for some new agents.
I mean, you did just lose one, so.
Yeah. If you're ready to graduate to the big leagues.
You might get your neck snapped, though.
What?
Fair warning.
And Jedediah sits there and shoves an entire roast beef sandwich into his mouth. And he says, guys, it has truly been a hell of a time. But what I have not told you, and what might surprise the daylights out of you, is that my doctor tells me I do have extremely high cholesterol. And he said I have to either give up adventuring into the paranormal and occult, or give up roast beef sandwiches. And if that's the choice, I'm sorry, my friends, but there is simply no contest. It's me and roast beef until I die, baby. And until roast beef kills me, I will be its humble servant. But thank you so much for including me in this situation.
He couldn't kill his character, so he's just making sure that we never invite him back.
So that he has a heart attack before anybody can call him tomorrow.
Yes, and then in a future adventure, we learn of the dead body of Jedediah Snailson at the hands of a roast beef monster. That's bound to happen.
Ooh,
it's only right.
We'll call you when we're ready to do that adventure.
In all seriousness, this has been a wonderful time. And if you ever need a fourth or a fifth or whatever I am, I'd always be happy to fill that role.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you guys for
we can't
me.
promise you how long it's going to be.
That's fine. Either tomorrow or 10 years from now, I'm okay either way. If it's more than 10 years, I hope to be in a very different life situation, and I will not have time to do this then. So.
It'll be like 10 years and like a few weeks. And you're like, oh, you should have called me last month. It's very busy now.
Just barely there.
So what about you two?
I shake everyone's hands firmly like I always do, because now I know that being taken was a lie.
Well, you know that what happened in Ted Lyon's apartment was a lie. But what
Right.
took you was real.
Is that where you got probed? Was in his apartment?
I mean, even the cat recognizes it.
I know. She won't leave me alone.
She's being there for you because she knows what kind of traumatic experience you had.
I'm choosing to believe that it's all Ted.
That's
for
fair.
the moment, until
That's
a
fair.
further adventure comes along that rips open my worldview again.
That's fair. I
Don't
mean,
don't
you,
worry. We stop the probing when we filled the hole.
I'm gonna start my own damn podcast.
Sam is taking back his offer to come back anytime.
If you're wondering about the whole joke, Sam,
I'm not. I promise I'm not.
okay, good, because
Really good.
okay, good, because
I have had so many images flash through my brain to autocomplete your guys' inside jokes, and they've all been terrible. And I hope I never find out the true meaning of any of it at all.
I mean,
Same.
live with the terror, I guess. Live with the
yes,
terror.
I'd rather live with the terror. Exactly.
So y'all head back. Jedediah. Actually, Misty will drive you all to the airport, and you all board
Yeah,
the
and
plane.
while I'm driving, I have one hand, has my phone, and I'm trying to Google myself because I would like an update on which page Google search results I show up on.
And
Yeah.
and if I could take over the GM chair right now.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah.
You've been worried about this for a little while. You're page 1.
Oh, motherfucker.
Oh my god.
Motherfucker! And I throw the phone into the passenger seat, and I'm in a bad mood now.
And we will find out more about that next time.
And Jedediah has a heart attack and dies before he gets to the airport.
as she swerves, Jedediah's like, I guess that's
yeah,
it.
we've had enough trauma for one.
But she has to go back to his home planet now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So y'all fly back and you make it back to the Beefits factory. Is there anything else you're doing?
Is Myron there?
He is there. The van is back.
Myron, we really missed you and your beefits.
Misty's like walking by him, is like picking things off the assembly line.
Did y'all have fun without me?
I fingered an alien costume. What do you think?
Sounds about right there, Norman.
Oh gosh. Wow, that was short. I'm not there anymore. I'm
No, you're
tearing down the pubs to go to a new
technically,
place.
the reins are
I've
handed
died.
back over to you now, Paul. Yeah, Sam's dead.
I just quit. Rob.
He made it all the way through the adventure just to die by heart attack when Misty swerves the van.
Yep.
Rob, I told you I would ask you this when we first started. First of all, excellent job. I really enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun. How was your experience GMing Gumshoe?
That was fun because I got to really because you really get to sit back and let the players just do stuff, and you throw them some clues every now and then. And here's the fun part. I didn't know it was going to be Ted Lyons until yesterday.
Oh my god. Well, you played that very well.
Yeah.
I
I figured Helena Harris was a little too easy.
Yeah.
And like this part 2 wouldn't have been much of anything, but like I'm like, all right, let's reshape this a little bit. Like Ted Lyons, like he came off as the true experiencer. Definitely.
Oh,
him.
okay. So yeah, let me ask you about that then, because he he's the one that pointed to Norman and said, "I saw you on the thing."
Yep.
Yeah.
So
And you'll notice that if you go back and you look at the document, it says marked residents of the town. And in doing so, he marked Norman.
Okay. Nice. So yeah, I mentioned in Discord earlier today because I was asked on constructing a mystery for role playing games, and I mentioned that whenever, because we normally do 2 parts. After the first part, I go and reassess the entire second part and all of the little different paths that y'all made that I didn't think about before. I was like, okay, how's that actually going to play out in the rest of this game? So, yeah, I normally figure out the very, very end after the first part's been played myself. So,
yeah, in the when I was writing portions of it yesterday, I was there were elements that, like, I even changed on the fly here. Like, I was going to have that apartment that Ted was renting be like just that studio space, and then you'd have to go to his actual real apartment, because there are locations that y'all didn't get a chance to really go to. There's a place called the Woolly Muffler, which is named after a woolly mammoth skeleton that they found in the Purple Worm Mountains. I never really got to do that. Like, I kind of just like built a small town and, you know, populated it with different things. And maybe if this was a little bit different, we would have been able to do that. But like, Dusk to Dawn, like, is your average diner. There's a gas station and convenience store called Devante's, and there is a sign out front of it that says, "Welcome UFO people, fuel up before heading to the mountains. Mountain Dew 1 liter bottles for 99 cents."
Is that a reference to that JL and Hynek picture?
by the way,
Where he's
Yes,
standing
yes.
in front of a
Ken,
billboard that says "Welcome UFO people."
Yes, yeah, because
One
like,
of the greatest photos of all time.
yeah, the idea was that like people would go to the mountains because it was the best view to see the actual UFOs that were over the town and stuff like that. But yeah, like, I always feel like one shots, the towns that you set them in are just kind of there aren't a lot of details. So I was like, I want to put some details here and there.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, no cell service. Have fun with that.
Real quick, Zazakin, thank you so much for the raid. We just finished up our crop adventure. We won.
Woo!
But this will
One
be
person died of a heart attack.
Yeah, but this will be the next one on the podcast. So, we were just asking Rob about his first experience DMing this game, and
Sam, do you think Jedediah has a twin brother?
If the need should arise, I really cannot emphasize enough how much I was happy to do this. This was a wonderful time. And if you really do need somebody else, I'd always be happy to come back. And Jedediah can have a twin brother. His twin brother's name, I'm calling it right now, can only be Jedediah.
I see no issue with this.
In reference to his dead brother Jedediah, because his original name was Frank. But he changed his name to Jedediah in order to honor his brother.
I'm so down with that.
If you need it, you need it, and I'm here for it.
Excellent. Love it.
Oh, we are coming up on the season finale. I got to figure out a way to get some people back into it.
You just let Jedediah know.
Yeah, I think we need that. I think we need a lockpicking lawyer for sure. It's been a while since we've seen him in action in a courtroom.
That's one thing I really didn't anticipate. It was like it was always the intention to have other podcast hosts on to guest star, but we've had so much fun with so many of them. They've had such memorable characters that I want to bring them all back. And
yeah, absolutely. Nothing. The phone conversation in this episode, like in this stream, no,
gosh,
like that.
That was the best.
So
yeah,
cool.
That's easily top 5 scenes we've ever done. Easy.
I'm glad because it felt very bad on my end, so I appreciate that. It felt like some of the worst stuff I've ever done in my life.
No, it was amazing. It was awesome. The number one though has to be the podcast host battle from the very first episode. Very first stream.
That was great.
Not the first episode. But.
Yeah, it was fun getting in a fake battle with a podcaster.
Yeah, and I do wish that character had been cast as someone, because that character guaranteed is coming back.
Rob, I was expecting you to call back to our first adventure where we had that where we met the podcaster.
I was thinking about it, but then I'm like, I'm an egomaniac. I'm going to reference my own fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Also, I do enjoy the fact that the term "Weed Kings" was used. Obviously, your love of the tragically hip shines way bright in there.
Yeah, I did that. I did that just for you. Absolutely.
It was a very Rob presentation through and through, and I really appreciated that about seeing my very good friend Rob Kristoffersen create
of our Strange Skies. I don't know if you know he has a podcast, but
if you didn't know, he has an excellent podcast that apparently I'm super behind on.
That's okay. I slowed down a little bit. You can catch up.
It happens.
It does happen.
All right.
Cool.
Well, next week on the podcast is the finale of Fair, which I had an absolute blast on, and so if y'all are behind on that podcast, Fair will be wrapping up, and then this adventure will hit the podcast, and we are going to be taking June off, not on the TechnoFunkBoy channel, but as Order of Podcasters. And be back for our next adventure in July. But if you are not following the channel here, we have a Final Fantasy game, tabletop role-playing game, Final Fantasy, on Sunday, and also the finale of the Star Wars tabletop role-playing game coming up. That hasn't been scheduled yet, but we are getting to the season finale of that, which should be a lot of fun. And so, yeah, and I think I think Wes is going to be on tomorrow to be talking about Final Fantasy Advent Children. So I promise I'm trying to take June off. It's just not working. So yeah, and so thanks again, Rob. I'm definitely going to ask you to do this again for sure. And it was fun. It was fun being a player in the game. It was a blast. So we could bring back Duff for another.
We can bring back Duff, absolutely.
Why isn't everybody as enthusiastic about that?
They're about as enthusiastic for it as they are for lore every single time. But,
no,
we don't have
not fair. I am far more enthusiastic for Duff than I am for lore.
Okay.
We also don't have a Sam Haters Club, right? So
yeah, that's true. That is true.
That is true.
Keeping it pure.
Do I have any friends online right now? I was
Oh, that end of that sentence did not go the way I expected it to.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
Yeah, right?
Not really.
Amazing.
I intended for us to raid Zazakin's stream, and they apparently finished 20 minutes before us. That didn't work. That did not work. All right, but yeah, and appreciate everybody, and we will catch y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.